Good morning. My name is Danielle, and I am the Community Engagement Specialist here at the Turning Point Rape Crisis Center. So today, this is our empowered education presentation that we do every Thursday at 10 a.m. Also, make sure to check out our videos that we post on Monday and Wednesday. Mondays are motivational Mondays, so they are TED Talks and things like that that impact you and uplift you to get started and fight for survivors through the week. And then empowered education, we want to teach you, enlighten you, share knowledge about a certain topic or person. And then Film Fridays is where we're sharing a piece of media or a documentary, a documentary or film that amplifies the survivor's story or spreads awareness about injustice, things like that, all revolving around sexual violence. So make sure to turn our post notifications on if you haven't on this Facebook page. And also make sure to give this a like, a comment, and a share. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so this is our presentation. It takes unity. It's a bystander's guide on being empowered and educated, because once we're educated about the problem, we can be the change to fix it and support survivors along the way. Here at the Turning Point, we have a 24-hour crisis hotline, which is 1-800-886-7273. And at that number, you can call at any time for any questions you have revolving around sexual violence, getting a SAN exam, getting involved with counseling, any question that you have. Was this consensual? Was this not? You can call that number. There's an advocate on the line that will be able to support you and try and answer any questions you have and get you plugged in with the right people and the right resources. Next, we offer counseling. So we serve survivors of sexual violence in Collin County, and we provide 110% free counseling for survivors and also their friends and family members. We want to make sure that everybody is supported during this time. And then next is advocacy. So we go into the hospital and and also our Courtney Safe Place Clinic and support survivors during their sexual assault nurse examination and answer any questions they have, get them plugged in with counseling, any information, and all of that. And then lastly is this, which is education, which is where we go into the community and online platforms and spread awareness about sexual violence. There we go. Our mission. Our mission is to highlight the impact of sexual violence on individuals and our community through education programs that foster hope, encourage change, and prevent sexual violence. Join us in the fight against sexual violence. The Turning Point is committed to reducing the prevalence of sexual violence in our community. We firmly believe that for this change to occur, each person has a responsibility and must do their part to prevent sexual violence. So, Still I Rise. Today, we are going to be continuing on with a series that I started last week that is titled Still I Rise. It is basically empowering and uplifting the voices of different celebrities and people, public figures who have told their story of their sexual violence experience, their survivor experience, and how they have used that trauma and worked through that trauma, or even just told their story, because it makes such an impact. And after talking about perpetrators for 5 weeks, I feel like we should definitely be amplifying the voices of survivors for 5 weeks as well. So today we're going to be talking about Miss Lady Gaga. So Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanatoa, I don't know how to say her last name, is known professionally as Lady Gaga, is an American singer, songwriter, record producer, actress, and businesswoman. She is known for her consistent image and reinventions and versatility in both music and entertainment. Gaga began performing as a teenager, singing at open mic nights and acting in school plays. She studied at Collaborative Arts Project 21 through New York University's Tisch School of the Arts before dropping out to pursue a career in music. So, Lady Gaga's Oscar win was a major milestone in her career, but it also brought back some tormenting moments from her past. When I won the Oscar for Shallow, I looked at it and the reporter asked me, "When you look at that Oscar, what do you see?" And I said, "I see a lot of pain." And I wasn't lying in that moment. The superstar told Oprah Winfrey in her new cover story for Elle magazine. "I was raped when I was 19 years old repeatedly," she continued. "I have been traumatized in a variety of ways by my career over the years from many different things, but I survived and I've kept going. And when I look at that Oscar, I saw pain. I don't know that anyone understood it when I said it in the room, but I understood it." Years later, Gaga, 33, is still experiencing the aftermath of her assault on a mental and physical level. She says, "I have PTSD, I have chronic pain, neuropathic pain trauma response is a weekly part of my life. I'm on medication, I have several doctors. This is how I survive." The singer went on to share an encouraging message for other survivors who might share her experience. She also assured that it's okay to reach out and ask for help when that person is ready to open up. Gaga also spoke about trauma resulting from sexual assault while defending Dr. Christine Blasey Ford on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. "If someone is assaulted or experiences trauma, there is science and scientific proof. It's biology that people change. The brain changes." And literally, what it does is take that trauma and it puts it in a box and it files it away and shuts it so that we can survive the pain. It also does a lot of other things. It can cause body pains, baseline elevations, and anxiety. It can cause complete avoidance of wanting to even remember or think about what happened to you. But what I believe that I have seen is that when this woman saw that Judge Kavanaugh was going to be possibly put in the highest position of power in the judicial system of this country, she was triggered. And that box opened. And when that box opened, she was brave enough to share it with the world to protect this country. Lady Gaga's "Till It Happens to You," which she co-wrote and recorded with to accompany this year's powerful campus rape documentary, The Hunting Ground, which we did stream here on Facebook. If you did not see it, it is a great documentary about campus rape and the prevalence of it. So if you haven't watched it, make sure to go check it out. It also should still be on our Facebook page. But it contains trenchant, heartbreaking lyrics about what it feels like to survive sexual assault. "You tell me it gets better, it gets better in time. You say I'll pull myself together, pull it together, you'll be fine. Tell me, what that do you know? What do you know?" The song's message and Gaga's delivery of it is raw and haunting, and obviously personal to the singer. According to Billboard, at a Times Talk panel this week to promote The Hunting Ground, Gaga shared that the subject matter resonates so deeply with her because she too is a sexual assault survivor. Gaga has also briefly spoken about her rape before, telling Howard Stern that she was assaulted at age 19 by a man 20 years her senior, but didn't want to be defined by it. At the Times Talk panel, though, she expounded upon how the incident traumatized and shaped and changed her. "I didn't tell anyone, I think, for 7 years," she said. "I didn't know how to think about it. I didn't know how to accept it. I didn't know how not to blame myself or think that it was my fault. It was something that really changed my life. It changed who I was completely." Gaga blamed herself at first, she explained, because of her provocative pop music persona, because of the way that I dress or the way that I'm provocative as a person. I thought that I had brought it on myself in some way. She said that it was she said that it was my fault. I added that the She added that the physical consequences of the rape were just as painful as the emotional. When you go through a trauma like that, it doesn't just have the immediate physical ramifications on you. For many people, it has almost like a trauma where you re-experience it through the years after it, and it can trigger patterns in your body of physical distress. Nearly a decade after the assault, Gaga told Stern she was able to laugh again, and thanks to a lot of mental and physical therapy and emotional therapy to heal. But in an interview with the LA Times this week, Gaga admitted that the song's premiere was still very difficult and stressful for her. "Every time I listen to it, I cry," she said. "Every time I get a text about it, I always feel sick. It's like this thing that you don't want to face." Even so, she's bravely speaking out about the rape now in hopes that it would heal her fans who have gone through something similar. I'm here because when I look out into a sea of beautiful young faces that I get to sing and dance for, I see a lot of people who have secrets that are killing them. Gaga said at Times Talk, we don't want you to keep your pain inside and let it rot like an old apple on your counter, you know? It's like, just get rid of all that trash. Let's get rid of it together. So I really think that her story is so important. It's so important to share because it is the story of someone who's experienced trauma and then went on to make music and share her story, even though it was so deeply hard for her to talk about that trauma and even face that trauma. And I also like how she pointed out the physical ramifications that came from that trauma. The sexual assault trauma literally being physical pain, physical therapy that she needed because of that trauma. And often we talk about the emotional wounds and the emotional trauma that is left behind, but a lot of times physical trauma can manifest through emotional trauma. And I really enjoy that she shared that and made that known and more prevalent. So make sure to tune in later today because I'm going to be sharing the music video on our page. We're going to be posting a trigger warning, of course, because it can be extremely triggering. But I think that it is an impactful music video and an impactful storyline to the music video and what it's about. So with that being said, I hope that you enjoyed this empowered education. Make sure to give it a like and a comment and share if you care. And I will see you tomorrow for our Film Friday. Bye.